The firing of Sam Altman will go down in history as one of the most important moments in artificial intelligence, and while everyone is distracted by how he got fired from OpenAI, I think I've figured out why. It almost doesn't matter whether Sam becomes the CEO of Microsoft's new AI research team or goes back to OpenAI at all, because either way, Microsoft will become the most powerful player in the AI space, and by far the most powerful company in the world. Your time is valuable, so let's get right into it. OpenAI is nothing without its people. OpenAI is nothing without its people. OpenAI is nothing without its people. This is a feed of OpenAI employees posting on X in solidarity with Sam Altman and Greg Brockman. At the time of this recording, over 90% of OpenAI's 770 employees have signed this letter to their board of directors, telling them to resign immediately, not just because they fired Sam Altman and demoted Greg Brockman, but because of how. The process through which you terminated Sam Altman and removed Greg Brockman from the board has jeopardized all of our work and undermined our mission and company. Your conduct has made it clear that you did not have the competence to oversee OpenAI. When we all unexpectedly learned of your decision, the leadership team of OpenAI also realized you were not capable of carrying out your duties and were negotiating in bad faith. OpenAI's board of directors even went as far as saying that allowing the company to be destroyed would be consistent with the mission. Well, mission accomplished, I guess. We are unable to work for or with people that lack competence, judgment, and care for our mission and employees. We, the undersigned, may choose to resign from OpenAI and join the newly announced Microsoft subsidiary run by Sam Altman and Greg Brockman. Microsoft has assured us that there are positions for all OpenAI employees at this new subsidiary should we choose to join. We will take this step imminently unless all current board members resign and the board appoints 2 new lead independent directors and reinstates Sam Altman and Greg Brockman. And to twist the knife even deeper, the first name on this list is Mira Murati, OpenAI's chief technology officer and interim CEO until the board replaced her with Emmett Shear, the former CEO and co-founder of Twitch. And the 12th name on this list is Ilya Sutskever, OpenAI's chief scientist, co-founder, and the very man who cast the deciding vote to fire Sam Altman last Friday. On Monday morning, Ilya posted this: "I deeply regret my participation in the board's actions. I never intended to harm OpenAI. I love everything we've built together, and I will do everything I can to reunite the company." Whether the company is reunited as OpenAI or under the Microsoft banner, it's impossible to overstate just how good of a position Satya Nadella is in right now, and how masterfully he played his hand. Remember, Microsoft invested $13 billion in OpenAI for a 49% stake in the company. Sam Altman and Satya Nadella have shared keynote stages together, and OpenAI's work is the foundation for a large part of Microsoft's software and hardware roadmap. So Satya was rightly furious when he found out about Sam Altman's firing along with the rest of the world on Friday. But before the stock market could open on Monday, Sam Altman and Greg Brockman were already posting on X in excitement about building something new and incredible with Microsoft, and 90% of OpenAI staff is currently threatening to join them.
Return for the climactic clash between the forces of good and evil.
So Microsoft is in a great position, but it isn't the most powerful company in the world just yet. This story is still evolving, and as of this recording, Sam Altman is actually still trying to return to OpenAI. Since Ilya Sutskever publicly shared his regrets and signed that letter, 2 more of OpenAI's 4 current board members would still need to change their minds, fire Emmett Shear, reinstate Sam and Greg, and then resign from the board themselves. And they just might have to, if only to control the damage. As a side note, I'm excited to see which actors end up playing OpenAI's board members in the movie that will definitely get made about this moment. Well, unless they're all replaced by AI. What, too soon? Alright, according to The Verge, OpenAI's employees at the company's San Francisco headquarters refused to attend an emergency all-hands meeting scheduled for Sunday with the new CEO Emmett Shear. So, OpenAI's leadership needs to find a way to restore order and prevent a mass exodus to Microsoft. But that doesn't look promising since they've already failed doing so twice. Once by missing a key negotiation deadline on Saturday, and then again on Sunday by refusing to step down and naming their 3rd CEO in 3 days instead. There's been a lot of speculation around the reason that Sam Altman was unceremoniously fired over a Google Meet call. Some suggest it was because OpenAI was using Google Meet in the first place, when obviously they should have been using Microsoft Teams. or the fact that their Dev Day keynote presentation was run on a MacBook.
Great. And how do you think about the future? Future of the partnership or future of AI or whatever?
Yeah, they're...
Anything you want.
Yeah, you probably should have practiced that. But the biggest theory around Sam Altman's firing centers on a disagreement between two factions within OpenAI. Long story short, OpenAI was founded in 2015 as a public nonprofit, with Sam Altman and Elon Musk as its original board of directors. The mission of the nonprofit is to ensure that artificial general intelligence, which are AI systems that are generally smarter than humans, benefits all of humanity. In 2018, Elon was reportedly worried that OpenAI was falling behind Google and offered to take direct control of the company. But the other founders rejected the idea, so Elon ended up walking away from OpenAI and citing a conflict of interest with the AI work going on at Tesla. But when he left, it seems that Elon went back on a promise to supply OpenAI with $1 billion in funding. That's when the company restructured by adding a capped for-profit subsidiary called OpenAI Global in an attempt to fill the funding hole that Elon left, so that OpenAI could fulfill its mission. That's the part that Microsoft invested billions of dollars into. And it's the part that we all figured got Sam Altman fired over the weekend. According to OpenAI's official announcement, Sam Altman's departure follows a deliberative review process by the board, which concluded that he was not consistently candid with his communications with the board, hindering its ability to exercise its responsibilities. Everyone took that to mean that Sam Altman and Greg Brockman wanted to focus the staff, the money, and the computing power on the for-profit side of the company and grow the ChatGPT ecosystem with everything they announced during Dev Day, like their expanded partnership with Microsoft, the ability to make custom GPTs, and the GPT App Store, complete with a revenue sharing model. On the other hand, Ilya Sutskever and his side wanted to prioritize AI safety over speed, because that's OpenAI's overall mission. And after all of the announcements made at Dev Day, this faction had seen enough, so they ousted Altman in an attempt to restore balance to the force. But Emmett Shear debunked that theory himself at the very bottom of a long post that he wrote on X, right after he accepted the job as interim CEO. PPS, before I took the job, I checked on the reasoning behind the change. The board did not remove Sam over any specific disagreement on safety. Their reasoning was completely different from that. I'm not crazy enough to take this job without broad support for commercializing our awesome models. Okay, so if it wasn't sales versus safety, then why was Sam Altman fired? Well, I did a little digging, and here's what I think really happened.
40,500,000 all in.
According to reports by Bloomberg, Sam Altman was traveling to the Middle East to raise billions of dollars for a new venture to build chips that would compete with NVIDIA. It's no secret that NVIDIA holds a near monopoly on the data center GPUs used to train large AI models. Jensen Huang has made appearances in almost every major AI conference on the planet, Google's and Microsoft's included. Every major cloud provider has been scrambling to buy as many of NVIDIA's chips as possible since ChatGPT was announced, so NVIDIA gets to name their price and enjoy incredibly high margins in the process. So Sam's idea was to help OpenAI lower the costs of running their generative AI services like ChatGPT by building tensor processing units. TPUs are chips designed specifically for AI workloads, which means they have the potential to outperform NVIDIA's current GPUs for OpenAI's applications specifically, at the cost of not supporting as many applications in general. Sam Altman was also looking to raise money for an AI-focused consumer hardware device that would be co-developed with Apple's famous former design chief, Johnny Ive. Sam was talking about these ventures with firms like SoftBank and Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, which have over $1 trillion in assets under management combined. I think these ventures are what caused OpenAI's board to fire Sam Altman. The reason they can't produce specific facts or any written evidence like the employee letter says is because the firing had nothing to do with OpenAI. The reason that Emmett Shear said the board didn't remove Sam over any specific disagreement on safety, and the reasoning was completely different, was because it was about these ventures, and why OpenAI's chief operating officer, Brad Lightcap, wrote an internal memo to employees saying that the board's decision wasn't made in response to malfeasance or anything related to financial, business, safety, security, or privacy practices, was because Sam Altman isn't putting sales before safety at all. He's trying to build the hardware to power OpenAI's massive models so that they're not beholden to any third-party vendors by the time they even see a hint of artificial general intelligence. both the specialized TPUs for training the models in data centers, as well as a cool new end-user device designed by Apple's Johnny Ive. Otherwise, OpenAI's technologies will always come with some risks that are simply out of their control. And you know who else doesn't want to be beholden to NVIDIA? Microsoft, who is also reportedly interested in backing Altman's chip venture. So I think Sam Altman was probably fired for stretching himself too thin with these ventures, not managing expectations at OpenAI, and not showing up prepared for the CEO stuff that he genuinely doesn't care about.
And how do you think about the future? Future of the partnership or future of AI or whatever?
Yeah, they're...
Anything you want.
He probably should have practiced that. But OpenAI's board only made things worse by firing Sam Altman this way, because they shifted all the power to him instead of taking it away from him. And when Satya Nadella saw it happen, he already knew about these other ventures, which means he was already holding all the cards.
A higher full house. Ace is full of sixes.
And now we've come full circle. At the start of this video, I said it almost doesn't matter whether or not Sam becomes the CEO of Microsoft's new AI research team or goes back to OpenAI. Microsoft will become the most powerful player in the AI space either way. So here's why I really think that. When somebody as high profile as Sam Altman gets fired out of nowhere, you don't offer him a job on the spot unless you already know everything. Satya Nadella did not become the CEO of Microsoft by being stupid, and he wouldn't risk the PR nightmare that would happen if it turned out that Sam did something to get himself canceled. Oh boy, I really hope this video doesn't age poorly. That leaves us with three options. Sam either stays with Microsoft, goes back to OpenAI, or focuses on a new venture. If he goes to Microsoft, over 90% of OpenAI staff signed a letter saying that they would join him, and Satya Nadella would welcome them with open arms and a blank check. Not just to catch up to OpenAI's current capabilities in generative AI, but also to fund Sam Altman's hardware ventures. Think about it. Microsoft just announced their own data center chips a couple of weeks ago, and Satya Nadella openly admitted that giving up on Windows Phone and other mobile devices was a mistake. Now, Sam Altman, the former president of Y Combinator and the face of ChatGPT, wants to do all of those things for him? Yeah, Microsoft becomes the biggest magnet for technical talent and the most powerful company on earth if Sam Altman delivers on those products. Now let's say he returns to OpenAI. That means the board resigns and the company updates its governance to make sure that nothing like this can ever happen again. Maybe that means not letting people like Adam D'Angelo on the board. Adam is the co-founder and CEO of Quora, the biggest question and answer site on the internet, and probably the first company that got disrupted by ChatGPT. That's probably not the right person to be governing OpenAI. Maybe it's more complicated, like a total restructuring of the nonprofit and for-profit parts of the company. Or maybe OpenAI does the unthinkable and switches from Google Meet to Microsoft Teams. Hey, you can't have success without sacrifice, right? Either way, if Sam Altman returns to OpenAI, he'll be given more power and protection to do his job. OpenAI already ships things at breakneck speeds. ChatGPT came out less than a year ago. So if Sam gets the resources to move even faster, Microsoft would deliver the copilots and AI tools that they've been talking about even faster, making Windows even more competitive with Apple's ecosystem. Microsoft is just barely smaller than Apple today, so that could be the boost they need to become the biggest company on earth and actually stay there, just like Apple gained an edge when they ditched Intel and designed their own custom chips. Speaking of which, if Sam decides to pursue his hardware ventures, just guess who would probably be his first and biggest backer. Yeah, Satya Nadella. Microsoft's investment in OpenAI is arguably one of the best tech investments of all time, like Google buying YouTube levels of good. And Sam Altman wasn't the one to blow that up, so Microsoft would at least back his data center chip venture, roll it into Azure, and reduce their reliance on NVIDIA and AMD quicker than AWS or Google Cloud, all while still investing in OpenAI on the other side. So no matter what happens, Sam Altman gets all the power and funding he could want, and Satya Nadella will be first in line to partner with him. Talk about having your cake and eating it too. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Microsoft the big winner in this whole fiasco, or am I missing something even bigger? I'm excited to hear your thoughts. And if you feel I've earned it, consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. That really helps me out, and it lets me know to put out more conspiracy theories like this. Either way, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is ticker symbol U. My name is Alex, reminding you that the best investment you can make is in you.